Hello there. Hi, you. Welcome to Happy Catastrophe. This is Candace, or Sister Minbao, if you're new here. And thank you for coming over tonight. And of course, Jack, my dog, just heard me say, hello, you. So he's getting up to go find something to make noise at. He has been sleeping for literally the last 4 hours. But nope, now he's going to get up because he hears me talking, and he's going to make some noise because he likes to be part of the video too. This is one of my Coloring in the Cabin series, which means I just invite y'all over just to do stuff, bring your coloring, and watch me do some stuff. And I have a squishmallow right here. This squishmallow, I guess I couldn't pass, he's big and poofy. See, poof, poof, poof. I couldn't pass him up. He was like a grocery store buy, I think, but he's so soft. He's got acrylic paint on him. He's got all kinds of coloring stuff on him. He gets washed regularly, but these are stains. I use him because I sit cross-legged, crisscross applesauce, at my coffee table in the kitchen, in the living room. It's a big table, and I sit on the floor on a meditation cushion. And I prop soft things underneath my knees to make him a little bit more comfortable. So, lesson here, anything can be used to make yourself more comfortable. So don't color or do videos or anything without being comfy first. Comfy is the most important thing. I meant to dust this off before. I did some housework today. Yeah, I had a little bit of a rough week, and then this is Tuesday, which means it's my Saturday. My weekends are Tuesday, Wednesday. And yes, Jack did go upstairs, grab his chew toy, and brought it down, so now he can noisily chew on it over there. Yep. But today I got to stay home all day in my soft, squishy clothes. It's sunny in Oregon right now, and I'm in the Willamette Valley. But it is cold. It's like 25 degrees Celsius. It's below freezing. And it only gets above freezing for a few hours of the day. It's just really cold and really dry, which is unusual. Although they keep saying snow is coming, but it's super dry. There's no precipitation at all. So I don't know. But I'm in here with my fire going. I have a propane fire place. I wish it was real wood. That would be lovely. But when I bought the cabin, she had installed propane, so it's propane. And I'm just sitting here looking at Instagram and looking at some of you guys' pages. You do some great work. I love seeing your pages. Keep putting them on Instagram because it's so much fun to look and see what other people are doing. I get so inspired. Like tonight, CJA Color, my friend from CJA Color, she posted a picture of something she did in Dark Fairies. And that's a group I'm in, and I'm way behind. And her page was so good. And now that's inspired me to catch up. She's catching up too, so I'm going to catch up now. You guys inspire me. So yeah, keep those pictures coming. I have been really bad at the Instagram game. So one of my goals for 2026 is to put every colored page up on Instagram. So you're going to start seeing a lot of pages all of a sudden because I have a backlog. Okay, so what do I want to do tonight? Right now, I'm drinking a Diet Coke. Yeah. Blech. My sugars have been a little high, so everything's diet for the moment. I am going to fill a Copic. I wanted to show you this. I use Copics for my alcohol markers only, except I have a few random ones that I just never won't die. But this is Copic sketches. The sketches are the flat square ones. There's also Copic chows, which are round, and they hold less ink, I've seen. They're usually cheaper. So a lot of people get the chows. The sketch, I like the sketch. It's got the chisel tip which is fantastic. Oh, see, this one's dry. Oof, that's really dry. That might be too dry. Yep, this one is one that needs some work. Here's one that needs a little less work. On the chisel tip, they're both dry. That's why I have them out. The chisel tip is good for coloring big spaces. Big spaces. I just did all that off camera, didn't I? Let me bring you out some. Without any streaking. And the brush tip is what I use almost all the time. So I wanted to do a cleaning and stuff with you. Plus, I wanted to show you how to do this the, easy way or the only way. There's not really many ways to do this. And give you a tip on where to find these supplies at the best price I've found. The first thing is I like just one of my paint rags that I use. They work good. Just some sort of felt-free cloth. And we're going to do a big repair on this one. Okay. I did not know that one nib was so dry. So I need a little container of something. This is where I keep my, that's kind of big. It's going to use a lot of alcohol. This is alcohol. Maybe I'll do this. I don't have to use so much. I just put, okay, so what you're going to need is the cloth. You'll need your ink, which one of these does about 6 fills, 5 fills, and a pen. Now the pens last forever unless you let them get too dry and the inside dries out, that inside filter thing. Then it's hard to get them to come back. If the nibs are just dry, we can work with that. But if it's been sitting dry for a long time, I've had this same set of Copics for over 10 years, probably more like 15 years. And I've only ever had one that I've had to throw away. And that was my fault. These are 15 years old. So they just last and last and last and last because you can replace everything in them, which is one reason I love them, is I don't like the waste of throwing away all that plastic to get new pins. The fact that these are recyclable, although this gets thrown away. So I guess it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help the environment, but it means I don't have to buy new pens all the time. And this can refill the pen 5 or 6 times. So having one of these is like 5 or 6 pens, and the ink costs the same as one pen. So first what you want to do is I'm going to take off this. Now you could just pull it off. You don't need the tool. There's some cute little tool that they sell that doesn't even work. Just pull it out like that. Now this one was fairly dry, so I'm just going to soak it in a little bit of alcohol. About the alcohol, it needs to be the highest proof alcohol you can get. So 99% or 97%. Don't go below 97. So so just look, because sometimes, a real common form of alcohol that's used, I don't like to do that when it's open, but I'll put it on the cloth. A real common type of alcohol is like 81, 79%, that kind of stuff. Don't get that. You need a real high percentage of alcohol for alcohol markers. And that's what you use to clean and do everything with. So you need alcohol and you need a nice rag. I'm usually clean with the nib in, but we're going to fill it. Okay, so you fill it from the chisel end, because taking out the other nib ruins that nib. This nib can go in and out. And I get asked a lot, how much ink do you put in? Well, this one's really dry, and I've seen it, this comes out by drops, and I also make messes. This comes out by drops. I'm watching the camera to make sure I got you in. Some people count the drops. If you go to the it's easy to overspill. If you go to the Copic website, I think they say 20 to 30 drops, but I've watched videos on this, lots and lots of videos, and I've seen people who have weighed a Copic when it was full, straight from the manufacturer, and then when it needed filling, they weighed it, and then they put in enough drops till it was up to that weight again, and it was like 40 plus drops. I have tried 40 drops and it overfills every time. It won't overfill here. It'll spill out when you're coloring, and that's the pain in the butt. It'll leak. So I put like 20 to 30 usually, and I kind of do that. I don't know if it does anything. There's a soft filter in there, and that needs to get soaked with the ink. So you're not filling this with ink. You're just wetting that. Is it called a filter? It's like a cigarette filter, you know. It's soft, it's like cottony stuff, and you're just kind of saturating that. Now you can always put more in, but if you go to use it and it's leaking, it's hard to bring it, you know. You just have to use it till it stops leaking. So I'm putting about that much. Some people go by the measurements on the side of the ink bottle. There's measurements on the side. So like Copic will also say like one of these is a good, I mean, it really just depends. They'll say 3 mils. There's 12 mils in here, and I've seen it say 3 mils. I actually feel like I want a little bit more in there. I've been doing this for so many years that I kind of just go by sight and feel. But I know this one is really dry. I use up my yellows a lot. Okay. Now, if I start to get low on an ink, that's not too low. That's still 2 or 3 more fills. If I start to get pretty low, though, and I feel like I'm going to need to buy it soon, I make a note, because I want to put in an order for more than one, because where I buy these from, you don't get free shipping. So you might as well just, unless you get to a certain point. Now, the reason I soaked this in alcohol was to re-wet it so that it will actually help wick the color back up to this faster. You don't have to do that, but and normally I don't have to do that, but about every 20th time I fill something, every time I get a pen that's too dry, and it's not very often. I go through my pens a lot, but this one just happened to be that dry. So now while I'm filling, it's filled now, you need to let it sit like this for a while, which is how you should be storing them anyway. So you could put it back into storage, but don't use it for a bit, because that ink has got to like saturate this there's a word that will not come to my brain, but this filter inside needs to saturate it and get out to the nibs. But this is a good time now to clean. See, that's just came from this thing being wet. And I'll show you how to clean. The best way to clean when caps get dirty, and a little bit of ink is fine, but when it starts coming on the edge, that means it's not closing with a good seal. And this is alcohol ink. So if you're not getting a good seal on your cap, it's going to evaporate. Now what I do is I just put some, my cleaning practice has evolved. I used to use Q-tips, but they were messy and I never seemed to have them at hand. I found this works much better. So I put the alcohol in there, kind of swoosh it around, and then I take like the corner and I stuff it in there and just use it to rub it around and get it clean in there. And it works really well. I also use it to get the outside clean, because I invariably get it on my hands and then get it all over everywhere. And then it's nice and clean. I mean, you can make these pens look like new. In fact, this is something I forgot to tell you. Almost all of my pens. Ooh, I don't like that. This nib needs to be replaced. Okay, I'm gonna grab my nibs. I must have put them away. I'm gonna grab those. We are replacing this end too. This is a pen that hasn't been taken care of in a while, because I know that this nib needs replaced too. All my Copics were bought used. I've never bought new Copics. I've never bought a set of new Copics. All these were bought used off of various sites, usually eBay, because it's pretty hard to get. I've never gotten a bad one. Wait a minute, there was one. They usually sell them in bundles. And so I bought one that had the color, and that means you get some duplicates sometimes, and then you can resell those if you want, or trade with friends, which is what I'm doing. I did get one that was so dry I didn't think I could bring it back to life. And I told him, and he gave me some money back. So, but and they were in a pack. They looked like they were new, so I don't know about that. But I buy them used. If they're all covered in alcohol ink and they don't look like they've been cared for, I just skip that seller and move on. If they look like they've been cared for, then I get them. It doesn't matter if they need ink or what, because you can buy the ink and you can always get them for like $3 a pen. Usually, it's usually about $3 a marker you can get for, say, on eBay and second sales. Otherwise, it's like $6 to $7 a marker. It's a lot. But I was talking about this nib. Okay, this nib, this is a very old pen. First, I'm going to clean it because that just bothers me. And this, I put my alcohol in this little dropper that had some serum for my face in it. When I was done with the serum, I put it in it because it's glass. And it's got a little dropper. It works really well. So if you have anything that has a dropper in it, that works really nice. Yeah, see how how nice that is? Nice and clean. But these nibs are fantastic. And they're sold in packs of 3 for an extraordinarily stupid amount of money. On eBay, they're like $15. I mean, on Amazon, like $15. On the Copic website, they're just as expensive as on Amazon. There's just 3 of these little nibs. It's because they last forever. However, I have a website where you can get them for like $5. I just think they don't know what they've got. And it is maryartist.com. Here it is right there. It's a brick and mortar store in Oregon. Just happens to be up near south and west of Portland. And at Mary Artist, they really specialize in Copic and a lot of things. And they have great prices. They're kind of like Blick, but smaller with more specialized things. Everything they have is very quality. They don't have like student grade stuff. But their prices are so much better than anywhere else. And it's worth the shipping even. Yeah, they sell these for cheap. So every time I place an order, I buy like 5 or 6 packs of these. And this is my last one. So I am putting an order in because this pen ran out of ink, my Y08, and I looked and I don't have an ink refill for it. So, but I was kind of hoping there'd be more because I would like to make it worth the $7 shipping. If you buy $100 worth of stuff, you get free shipping, which I have before. I have waited until I needed a lot of things, or I didn't expand my colors for years and years and years. And then one day I'm like, I have a little bit of money and I feel like I want to get more colors. So I went through my swatch sheet, picked out all the colors. And I got up to $100 to get the free shipping, but I got some new colors. I was really excited. So these nibs last forever, but eventually they will get like a little, not fray, like a little piece of it that's pointy, that kind of sticks out, that's kind of separating. And often what I have done is cut that off. Well, I found then that after that, the nib doesn't work that well. I don't know if it's just when you cut it off and make it round like that. I don't know why it doesn't work, but it's just not that good. So I'm not going to cut them anymore. If it's just something I can pull off, that's fine. But to cut and reshape doesn't work because these nibs are not floppy. They're firm, which makes them so awesome. And I guess the cost of your firstborn child, because they've got softness. See, they're not floppy. They just they're pretty hard. Well, they're soft all over. They're foam, but they're more of a firmer foam down here and a lighter foam up there, and they work great. And you can tell which end is what because this is all really firm foam and it's flat. And the nib is pointy. So to replace them is a hugely complicated process. It's basically pull it out and stick it in. And we're done. And this is the old nib. Blah, blah. And then you just put this back on and just leave it be. And it will wick up to the nib. In a couple of hours, you'll see it's full up there. But I'm going to get the other nibs because this one needs the other one, and I have those put away. And that was my last one of the of the brush nibs, they call them. So, oh, sad. I need to close up my alcohol. Yeah, if you have any kind of serum bottle or what else has anything, the dropper is super handy because you can get into the lids. So super handy. Something like that you could put your alcohol in. It's pretty impossible to work with an alcohol bottle. I don't know how you'd work with that. I think you'd pour too much in. I mean, you're working with such a small little area to clean. But then they're like new. So let me go get the broad nibs that I have put away, and we'll replace the other end. And then this baby just needs to sit for a little bit, and it'll work like a brand new marker. All right, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have the nib. I wanted to also show you, because my hands look a little shiny and greasy, is I found the world's best moisturizer. I've used it on my face and it caused my face to break out. I have sensitive skin and this is too heavy for my face, but I use it on my bald head. I use it on my hands all the time because my hands, like this one, crack in the winter and such. This is a tallow. I don't know if that's, if you're vegan or vegetarian, this isn't for you. This is made out of beef bones. This is from I got this off Etsy, and it's from a maker and a farmer in Texas. And it's mycomfortsense.com, but I think on Etsy it's just called Comfort Sense. And it was referred to me, and so I got it, and they had a buy one get one free. It was before Christmas, so I got my mom one too, because she has difficult skin. And I got the Manuka honey, and we both got Manuka honey. It's got the Manuka honey in it, which is also great for your skin and usually very expensive. And I got a vanilla bean scent. I got mom unscented. This was like, I want to say $15. But this is lasting me forever. Forever. I've had it since September. No, before that. And all you use is like that much. And it works for all your hands and your arms, and it's so amazingly moisturizing. My mom has heels that are cracked because she's always barefoot and such, and her skin dries and her heels crack, and they're very painful, skin on her heels. So she puts this on her feet before going to bed, and then in the morning her feet are just so soft. I use it throughout the evenings when I'm coloring and such. It's a little heavy. You can't do anything right away. So it wouldn't be something like at work, I'm just going to moisturize my hands and then get back on the keyboard. You really need to let it soak in a bit and rub it in and let it soak in. And the vanilla bean, I can't recommend enough. It smells so good. Just this, I'm, a good foot away from it, and I am smelling it like it's a vanilla candle that's lit in the house. It is so wonderful. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend this if you've got dry skin. Again, they're on Etsy, but it also looks like they've got a website. I never visited that. I got this off Etsy. And I highly recommend it. This tub is going to last me as long as it doesn't go bad. I don't keep it in the fridge. It's probably the honey that keeps it from going bad. I can see this lasting more than a year. Honestly, I mean, you can't even see a dent really where I've used it, and I mean, it's a ridiculously large jar. So if they sell a smaller jar, I would get the smaller one, because this is going to last forever. So I just wanted to give you that tip because I stopped to massage my hands again, so they'd put some of my hands again so they would look good for the camera, and I thought, well, maybe you would like to know about that. Maybe you can look them up on Etsy or on their website there and get you some really, I mean, even if it is $15, even if it's more than that, I mean, it's going to last you a year. So, and I just love the way it feels. My skin just gets so soft. So it'll be shiny for a little bit while it's soaking in, but it's already so soft. Love it. Okay, who knew? rubbing beef bits on me would be good for my skin. So I got out this Q-tip, and you can see why. I mean, they can go into the cap, but then you've got a messy end of a toothpick, and you know, where are you going to put it? You lay it down here, but it's wet and it soaks through. I mean, and then you turn it around, use this end, but you've got this wet alcohol ink. I don't know. I didn't work out. Plus, I found the towel cleaned much better. So I like to put a towel over my surface too, because alcohol ink does stain. That's what it's meant for. And again, highly difficult, involved procedure to get the nibs out. Boink! And just kind of clean that end off, and we're going to put the new nib in. Okay, this is what I always do. I'm always like searching for the nibs, and then we're done. Some people soak this in alcohol first. I think it would just make it spread faster, but let's see how this end's doing. This end is still white. So I like to leave these just overnight and just leave them off to the side, let them work their magic. This gets thrown away. These nibs come in 3 packs as well, but they're less expensive, I think, because you don't replace them as often. I mean, I don't replace my nibs very often anyway. My pens are over 10 years old, and I'm just now starting to exchange nibs on them. Unfortunately, they're all about the same age, so all the nibs, I've replaced quite a few nibs recently, but I've never replaced nibs before. So if a nib lasts 10 years, that's fine. But people use it's an alcohol marker. It's meant to have a brush nib. It's meant for painting and such, and putting on the color that way, smoothly with a brush. And so the brush nibs get used more. I think that's why they're expensive. But buy from maryartist.com. That's Mary with an I, all one word, maryartist.com. I'll have the link down below. And because they are fantastic. Fantastic. So here's another one I need to fill. So I thought I'd do it real quick with you. Here's some of the ink I ordered from Mary Artist. I ordered a bunch of ink a little while ago. About twice a year I put in a big order of stuff that I need. But I don't think I'm going to be able to wait on this yellow up here, because this is one of my favorite yellows. You can get individual refills and Copics off of Amazon. However, their prices are all over the map because they're being sold often by third-party sellers. So look at the price, plus if there's shipping. Sometimes it can make it over $8 a pen. Every now and then, like I'll put it in saved or put it in my cart, and the prices go up and down all the time. And sometimes it's out. It's just very, very unreliable. But if I just need one ink, then I'll go on Amazon and okay, can I find it for $5 or less is what I do. And I found this one for $5.79, but it had a $3.99 shipping. And I was like, I'm not going to pay $9 when I can pay like $5 from Mary Artist and just get a few more things. Even with the shipping, it's just criminal. And I know, and I like to support an actual art store. Now, we always fill from the chisel end, remember, because those nibs can go in and out without being ruined. They're meant to go in and out because they're all hard. Hard. There's no softness there. But yeah, I like to support a local store, just a real store with real people. And they have such great products, and they do great sales. You get on their email list, and they'll have periodically have a store-wide sale. They recently had pan pastels on a crazy good deal, but I just don't think I'd use pan pastels that much, so I haven't invested in them. I really considered it, though. I thought about it. It takes a lot of squeezing to get these out. It's the only bad thing. I have arthritis, and it's hard. I can only get a couple drops out before I have to let go. So that's also why I shake it, because I'm just letting my hand have a rest. But if you don't have arthritis, you could sit here and just drop 30 drops in right away. Now, I'm not counting. I'm just sort of eyeballing it. I'm looking at the end here, seeing how much I'm putting in. I kind of have a really good idea of what this needs. So I've used about, this is 12 mils. I've used about 1 mil. Was it really dry? Blech. What was that? Remember, you can always put more in, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Overfilling is no fun. Then you have a pen that leaks for a while. Put this back in because this nib is fine. Just dry. And then let it sit on its side for a while. So it's going to go in the hospital with the other one. And this one I'm just stuck with until I get more ink. So I'm going to put on my list. I already put down that ink. I'm also going to put down both the nibs because this is my last chisel nib too. And these little baggies are really handy for stuff, you know, if you're selling cocaine or something out of your coloring studio. But I'm going to put this away and then we're going to look at some books. Okay, be right back. Hi, it's a couple days later. And the books I want to show you, it was my birthday, December 18th, and thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. I spend it kind of quietly. And I bought myself a couple of presents. And I got these off of eBay for probably the same price it would cost to get them from Japan. I got Rabbits, a nostalgic Japanese scenery. This is one that I have always wanted. I just like that picture right there. And this is by Very Berry. And that is exactly what they go by. And then I got Kuma Country's Kuma Coloring Book by Chip. This is Chip does this one. This one I saw, I think on Coloring Bumblebee's channel. She has a lot of these books and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I found it from the same seller. So let's go through the bunny one first. I wanted to show you what I bought for myself because, you know, we need to take care of ourselves and spoil ourselves now and then. And I just really wanted to pick me up. And so this is what I gave myself for my birthday. All right, this one, isn't that gorgeous? It's just so beautiful. This is from the same publishers that do the Seasonal Wreath of Plants and Friends and Masayukioki's The Free Roaming Cats. I haven't seen that one. It might just be a picture book. Who knows? I do have written down, I got this off of eBay for $23. That's with shipping, so that's pretty good for these books. And it's got some colored examples here. I think because these were called used, and that's why they're cheaper, but they're absolutely pristine. It's so cute. It took me a long while to figure out this. This is dough. I'm pretty sure that's a bread making machine. They've made dough, and they're patting it into little shapes because they eat it throughout the entire book. The Space Bunnies. And what I love is they tell you what they use to color this. So they use watercolor here, watercolor for the dough page. They use watercolor here, and colored pencils for that. Yeah, I love that one at the shrine. Here, colored pencils they say they use. And I want to do this page with those colors and those trees in the background. And yes, I had Jack all tucked up, nice, snug in his bed, and here he is coming out to say hi. It's just as soon as I start talking. I love that little fluffy bunny right there. So cute. These bunnies are just adorable. I don't feel the need to work out the characters and make the bunnies the same the whole time. So I'll just do them whatever. But I will probably use these as inspiration because I'm not that creative when it comes to bunny coloring. So I don't have this many ideas. So I'll probably just look at them because some of them have, you know, pink eyes and some of them have blue eyes and they're all different. This is special coloring creator Megu. So a different artist did this one, Megu. I love it. Yep, he's gonna start chewing on his bone until you hear him. So it's got it's got advice from a couple of different artists, which is cool, and it has their Instagram handles. so that you could learn different ways to color these buns. I will translate this and read this because I find it very helpful. Look, it's telling you how to put stars in the sky. Isn't that helpful? And how to do a gradient with pencils and a blender. It looks like a blending pencil. And this is probably telling you, yes, how to download the PDF. Because whenever you buy one of these, you get also the PDF of it. So in case you don't want to color in your book, that's good for those of you who tell me you're too afraid to get into your books. You can get a book that comes with a PDF too, and then you can just practice on the printed pages. So of course I want to do this one. This is these guys here. This is the entire set of bunnies. It's cute. And then the first chapter is dumplings rather than flowers. So these, I mistook these. I thought these were mochi. Maybe they are mochi. No, they say dumplings. I also thought maybe when I was in China, they had these candied crab apples that are so good. And I thought maybe that was them. But I think there's some kind of bready thing. So they're having their dumplings. Is that not cute? I just love it. It is a creamy colored paper with a sort of taupe gray ink, a very light ink. And this is in the this looks to be in the garden along the walkway to the shrine. The paper is that typical Japanese paper where it's really, really soft. It's kind of a soft feeling. Doesn't handle water too well, but I will be using water-soluble media in this. This is close to the front page. This is a bridge. There's that walkway there. You can kind of trace where they're at. And they're standing over the bridge with their dumplings. Look at this guy. Oh my God, what's he doing? He's so cute. This is the dumpling cellar, it looks like. Someone paddling the boat. Lots of opportunity for color and beauty. You can make it any shades of palettes you want. Here's another one where you've got a lot of opportunity to make a beautiful sky. And here they're back in the park playing, and there's the dumpling seller, who I love. All the bunnies are playing and eating. They eat a lot in this book. There's a lot about food. I just think this art style is so nice. Here, they're at an outdoor market. And there you can buy more dumplings. The dumplings are big. And then you can buy, they eat a lot of this. It's a, I figured out it's like a chopped up green of some sort. You'll see that a lot in this. And then those, I think, are those candied apples that I'm talking about. Those are very delicious. But they're eating dumplings and this chopped up veg. Gonna go find a place to eat all this. And here it shows the things they're eating. The chopped up veg. There's some dumplings with some dipping sauce, it looks like, or maybe it's some soup. Here's those crab apples. The ones I had were like 3 on a stick. I couldn't eat enough of them. Okay, now they've come home, and that's what this translates to. It's nice the English is there as well. It says, I'm home. And here's the artist Megu's contribution with them at the making dinner. They're making like little little sushi things, like I'm forgetting the word, but I think they're making it out of apple slices and then some green vegetable. They make little bunnies. It's so cute. Do I have you in the shade? Let me turn up the light a little bit. Don't need to be in the dark. Just cute, cute, cute. Oh, they're just so cute. And they leave it up to you to fill in the eyes, which is kind of typical. I mean, they put some shading in there for you and some light reflex, but it's up to you to kind of color the eyes. I'm home. I love these very traditional Japanese homes with the rice paper wall there. And this one is in the kitchen saying, oh, hello, hi. And they've got, they're prepping for dinner, it looks like. This is, I think, one of those nets that keep the flies off and keeps things clean underneath. I've seen those out for use outdoors. There's a rice cooker. But this, if you guys know what this is, Timothy, it's on everything throughout the entire book. Like it's a brand name or something. I don't know. And here they are eating some watermelon. Yeah, you didn't want them. They're getting ready for summer, it looks like, taking care of their plants. Oh, this one fell asleep. I just think these pages are beautiful. Look how happy he is. He's out by the garden. It's a bunny crossing sign. And then we have snow. Nice winter page, them all coming in. I just love how happy they all seem, although their eye shapes make them look angry a little bit, but I think once you color the eyes, they won't. But I like how they're always waving at us. Breaking that fourth wall, just saying hi. I can handle the bunnies looking at me. This says seasonal events, and this is fun. So this is, you know, they've got their prayer tags up at the shrine. And they're all dressed up in their traditional garb. This is the one that I want to do. I love this one. I think it's done for reels. It might be in the back. Where they're all dressed up in their beautiful kimonos and ringing the bell and doing the prayers. They've got their New Year's wishes up here. So it's kind of a New Year's celebration. And it's beautiful. And of course, they have a little gift shop over here. But that looks like they're selling incense, which is common at shrines. They sell incense. And these are little wishes and prayers that people have put up. My tradition of Buddhism is Vietnamese, but some of the traditions have transferred and carry over. Is this not cute? This is where, these are the New Year things. They're like goals and aspirations for the new year. You hang them in trees. It's them right there. My sweet nephew got me, and his lovely partner, they got me one of those with a bell attached to it. It's beautiful. And the paper is sort of laminated, so I can write on it with a Sharpie, and then I can put it outside. This one looks like they're letting stars go. It's so sweet. Writing on a star. These are just like little wins for you to play with. Play with your pen. I would play with pencils on these because they're so small. And I do like to, I need more practice. But these would be fun to just open the book and play. This one is beautiful because they've got both the stars and the New Year wishes and the branches. So it's just a beautiful page. You could do so much with this, with sparkle. Make it super sparkly, because these stars they have, they're letting them go up into the sky, and the snow's falling, and the tree. I mean, it's just a gorgeously composed page. And here they are doing a little dance line. You know, they're dancing through, clanging on things. Here's the you know what these drums are called. Boom, boom, boom. They really get into them. Have you ever seen a show with drummers? These kinds, I can't remember what the drumming is called. It's a specific kind of drumming. And they involve their whole body. It's very choreographed. It's wonderful. And here's all of them with their fans and their noisemakers and stuff, just having a good time. And these two are eating, because that's what you do. That's what these bunnies do. They eat all the time. Oh, look. It's like a cotton candy bunny, but it's made out of those greens, I think. I think you over the pond call cotton candy floss, candy floss. I heard the guys on GhostTube say candy floss one day, and I'm like, what in the world is candy floss? And then I heard them talk about it more, and they were always pointing to something that looked like cotton candy. And so I think that's what the same is. I think what we call cotton candy, you guys call candy floss. And look, there's a lot of dumplings in there. They got every one of these guys has got food. Little to-go bags. Oh, he's wearing wings. How cute. Adorable. I would have so much fun just on a day where I just needed a little win and a little break to just sit here and color a bunny while I'm with my with the chronic fatigue that comes along with my condition. I can do a little bit, but then I need to sit down for a bit. And sometimes I don't need to sit down for long enough to really get into a page, because I really want to finish whatever I'm trying to finish. I just need like 15, 20 minutes to sit down. And that would be perfect. Do one of these bunnies sit down Then when I'm done, I'll know I've rested enough. Check my tracker. I have a tracker that tells me when I'm ready and I can get up and work again. So that's what I think I'm going to use these little bunnies for, little timers. Because now what I do is I sit down and I either start scrolling, doom scrolling, or get into a big page, and then I don't do anything else the rest of the day. I don't finish my task. Okay, this Halloween page I absolutely adore. There's some ghosts here, and they're all dressed up like witches and devils and things. And there's actually 2 riding brooms. So they're magical bunnies. I think they're great. This one's got like, I think those are like protector, to protect against evil spirits. How fun. And then right across from it is a gorgeous Christmas page, which I'm tempted to do even though it's not Christmas. I really had fun Christmas coloring this year, and I think I could do more of it. But this big hearth with the fire, oh, how fun. And they're hanging some sparkly stuff. They're all getting ready for it. All of these bunnies have already started eating. And there's bunnies all crammed in with the presents. There's a bunny stuck in a tree. It's just, there's bunnies everywhere. So cute. I really want to do this page. More fun. These are little Christmas goodies. Oh, I love it when they make little loaves like that and they tuck their feet and make little loaves. All right, so now we're done with the seasonal festivities. Let's go on a trip. And here they are on sort of train I wish we had here. We don't have these kinds of trains. Our trains are short-tracked and sketchy, barely used. Oh, here they're rushing to get to the train. And look, he's stuck or something. I don't know, his doors didn't open. It's like it's just a gaggle of bunnies they're all travel together, eat together, celebrate together, live together. It's cute. And here they're getting some food, some of those chopped up greens again. And this one is at a vending machine. This one's on the phone like that. This one always is. I think if you went through this, you would see that the individual bunnies have individual personalities. Wasn't there something in here that said Timothy? It's coming up, I think. There's a bookstore that's in the departure. I think they're going on a bullet train. So in the station, and they can get more of these little these little biscuit thingies. Looks like that's what they're selling. It's those dumplings. I'll translate this and see what it is. And so, they have to eat because they all have to eat. So this is their to-go box, their little like bento box. And it's just vegetables. It's cute. Yeah, see, he's got his little bento box on the train. They're grabbing their food and they gotta go. And here they are on the train. This one's sleeping. You can always tell because there's snot bubbles coming out their nose in these Asian books. Packing his things, but looks like it's mostly food and only a little bit of, those are towels or something. He's still checking in, getting his tickets. These are just all little vignettes of travel. Listening to his iPod. Here's a book. And see, look, Hot Timothy Ice. It's like Timothy is the name of this vending machine. And then Timothy here is, it's like the cafe's called Timothy. I don't know. I don't know what Timothy is. He looks very determined because the way the eyes are drawn. So they're at another station maybe buying food. I don't know. They buy a lot. They eat a lot. A usual weekend involves going and getting more food. Oh, did the baby fall out or something? Like, why is the baby on the ground crying? Here's one playing on a ball. Just cute. Oh my gosh, they're drawing on the wall. Look at that. They're drawing on the wall. Bad babies. This is one hot day. So what's happening here? Are they shelling edamame? Maybe? No, that's water dripping. I don't know what they're doing. This one's got a fan. This one's just dying while they're scrolling. This one's reading a book with a something there, standing in front of a fan. What's the baby stuck on the blanket? Did they lift up the pad, the tatami mat, and there was a bunny stuck to it? This one's ready to go in the water. They're gonna break this watermelon. Look at that, Gallagher. The Gallagher bunnies. My Day. Looks like a lot of them like to play music. Cooking, sleeping, going on their moped. Fun, huh? Just little fun things. Not necessarily a whole page, just little fun things. One cold day. I love the idea of these tables where there's usually like, they're usually set over a hole so you can sit with your legs down, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're set flat like this, and it's common to have a blanket underneath for your legs, and it's common for, people to crawl under and go to sleep. It's kind of the way I have set up here with it's actually exactly the way I have it set up here right now. I'm always crawling under my table and falling asleep. Usually more I slide as I fall asleep. Like that. I have a chair like that too. That's my favorite sleeping chair. I make a snowman. They got hats, and look, little snow bunnies. Oh, that one's cold. Making dumplings. How fun. And then some more full scenes. They're going go out. So they got the things that go out. Ice cream. By mochi ice cream. And here they all are, checking things out. And they do have personalities. This one's always on their phone. There's a couple that are always eating. There's a couple that are kind of twins. Here is an ice cream store. It says Timothy, Timothy, Timothy. I don't know what Timothy is. And then here it says rabbit. So I don't know. Tell me what Timothy is. They're picking out their gelato or their ice cream or their mochi, whatever it is. And the kids, little baby bunnies, are absolutely adorable. Oh, I just love them. This is a cute scene. Look at how many scoops he's getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scoops. That'll be on the ground in a heartbeat. Is this a double? No. And now they're going to what looks like a fancy restaurant. Or they're working at a fancy restaurant. I'm not sure. Here's a waiter and a waitress and like a maitre d' and another little waitress. But then these people look like they're going into the restaurant. Adorable. The Timothy Cafe. And they're all, they're too short and stubby to reach him. He's handing out food. That's cute. That's a cute page. Look at the balloons. The balloons there. The bunny balloons. I like this page a lot. So, it's double-sided like these books are, so you can't use alcohol markers unless you want to waste a page, but I don't. I love, love, love this one. I'm going to put them on the edge of some water here. And they're all camping, and they're getting out their food. This one's already asleep in the corner. They're getting their firewood. They're already getting ready. They've got like a little table set around the fire. And they're already skewering some pineapples. I bet they're going to roast some fruits and veggies. And they're setting up lights. It's just going to be a really great camping trip, I think. Oh, this one. Here's them all doing the things. Isn't there something with them roasting marshmallows? That might be, yep. And he burnt it. I kind of like burnt roast marshmallows. But here's all the little camping activities. Isn't that cute? Here's all of them eating those greens again. They love those chopped up greens. And here they're at a cafe, a street cafe. Look at, they have to pile on crates to be able to reach the counter. And this is like one of those propane heaters. He's got a pillow on top. It doesn't look like it's lit. And it says Timothy. I don't know. Who's Timothy? Maybe it's an electric company or something in Japan. I love coloring these because I love these kinds of lanterns, and I love the whole aspect of it. Moon rabbits. Okay, this is where the spacey stuff comes in. So I like to think it's on their mooncake day, because I got some what could be mooncakes, and they're looking up at the sky. Isn't that cute? And then here's some astro rabbits. This one is, we saw that colored in earlier. This one, they're actually on the moon, and they're they're collecting stars or sending stars. Look, these guys are drawing on the stars. But the artist who colored it made it very sparkly, and I think that's what I want to do. And here they are at a festival of sorts, making some big dumplings. Like, look, it's almost like the dumplings are the dough is coming out. Maybe there's no gravity, but this, I think, is the moon, and that's got rabbits in it. So maybe they just don't have anything to hold I don't know. They're all trying to work with this dough. There's a couple of bunnies over here just watching them. But it looks like they're at an old temple. And they've got this rabbit moon in the background. Really neat. Different ways of thinking about the moon. Here they are in the snow working on that dough. But they're also throwing the snowballs up in the air, because there's a little snowman. And they're all bundled up. It might be mooncakes they're making. Maybe that's why this is in the moon section. Thick paper. And here's that dough again. This is that first page we saw colored that I was like, what in the world are they doing? But it's some kind of dough maker, and they're stretching it and making it into those little dumplings. What are you doing with that paddle? You're not going to paddle your buddy, are you? And those are probably hot cloths. And this one. Now this is similar to the front page. Yes, this is the front page. And this is what I love about this book, is this colored front page. I want to do something just like it. And you see, none of those glowing orbs are in this. That's all added in. And I want to do that. They leave it all up to you to make this into whatever you want. A day scene, a night scene, whatever you want. And I like the whole idea of those glowing orbs and the night scenes. There's a few of the orbs, just kind of a few in the trees, but they put them everywhere. And they put a star of galaxies, and they did a lot of texture to the water, all that stuff I want to do. Beautiful page. And then little thumbnails and titles for all the pages, which is very common in these books. And is there any more colored pages in the back? 'Cause I thought there was. Nope, just more thumbnails, more cuteness, more information, and that's it. And here they've got all those ones that we all know, Your Ruri Mouse and the Cat's General Store, and just everything. The squirrels, the squirrel one that not many people really liked that one. I don't know, it's not very popular. This bunny one that was given to me as a gift, which we all call the bunny book. This is the one with the animals that come to life at night, the stuffed animals. And this is the fairy tale one. They're Mona and Pochi and Kotali and Moko. This whole series is fun. So that is my rabbit book that I bought for myself for my birthday. But then I also bought this one, and I did a page in it. So you get to see a page from December, first up. This is a tall book, tall, skinny book, weird shaped book. Kuma Country's Kuma Coloring Book by Chip. It's all about these bears, and it's freaking beautiful and adorable. This first page is like wax paper, and I got this one for $26, which included the shipping. So I don't know if that's cheaper than what we get. I know it's cheaper than anything I've seen on Etsy. I don't know if it's cheaper than what you get off of the Amazon Japan or not. So here's colored versions of every single page. I'm so excited about that, because they're beautiful and I love them, and they're in the front. So you can look and get inspiration. I always need inspiration. I'm not very good at imagining colors on a page. I don't have that kind of imagination. And I love these colors that they use. They're just so earthy and fun and muted, but also sometimes bright. The bears really stand out, and they're all polar bears. You can make them whatever you want. You can make them panda bears or brown bears. I made them all white bears. The one I did is this one. You'll see. Oh, so cute. Then it actually introduces them. I like that I don't have a page to color them in yet. I like to just get into a book. So I love this, and I'm going to translate it so I can learn all about the different characters. But it also, I don't know if it's going to introduce their names. I think it does. But then it also down here tells you how some tips on coloring. And look, they use colors for shading, and that's what I'm working on right now. Instead of just shading something gray or dark, it's actually using colors for shading. And then we get into it. Oh my gosh, I know you guys have seen these. They are very, very intricate, but not too small. Not like Stephanie Law, tiny, teeny, you know. It's like, it's colorable, it's doable. I wouldn't use an alcohol marker because it's not, well, these are single-sided. That's the other thing about this book, is it's single-sided. So you can definitely use an alcohol marker if you want. I love it. He's trying to feed his muffins to the chicks down there. Is that not the cutest thing ever? This artist is becoming one of my favorite Asian artists. Because I like Inko Yorikama, I think is her name, and Yeonsun Jin. I love them. But this one, Chip, I'm really excited about. It's just everywhere you look. I mean, there's more things and more animals. It will take you a while, but it's all there. Look at every single one of them has, oh, those are pancakes. And then it's single-sided. And then this is, I think, the title for the page, or the one on the other side. Probably the one on the other side, since it says 1. So the title for this, I think, is on the other side. And then some are smaller and more simpler. So this is a hat maker, makes hats. Look at all these little creatures buying his hats and wearing his hats, just little tiny creatures. Oh my God, it's so cute. I hope you can all see that. This one is beautiful, not as detailed, and I love the colored version of this in the front because it made all these hydrangeas and stuff, blues and purples. Beautiful, rainy day, just gorgeous. Little tiny frogs. That's my finger, and that's a frog. Look how tiny that frog is. Just the cuteness in this book is too much. It's just too much. And when I saw, I think it was Just Flip It, I just went bonkers over it and wanted it. And then when I saw it from this seller on eBay for a pretty good price, I was shocked. And it was my birthday, so that's how I justified it. Bills are for future Candace to deal with. And that's, future is now. So I need, if you haven't already, you're going to be seeing a book that I splurged and bought, and I'm having horrible guilt about it, but I've already colored in it and love it. Oh, but it was more than I can afford. I love this one, where he's in the pond with all the ducks. The little baby ducks, the little baby wood ducks, they are, if you can see them, they are drawn so cute and they look so angy. It's just the way that their markings are, but they crack me up. They're funny throughout the whole book. Aren't they just fun? These bears just living their life. This one I love. The colored version has a light source coming in. It makes it look like it's early morning maybe, or late evening. Really neat. He's got his art supplies right in front of him. This is his Oh, I was thinking this was a student studying, but it's not. Those are all art supplies. Oh, how cool. Paints and paintbrushes and all kinds of bins and drawers and things. Neat. Love them. Here's another fairly easy one. The bear and the penguin. There is a penguin in here having lunch at a cafe. Look at that. They have baskets underneath their chairs where you can put your belongings. Is that a thing in Japan? Why is that not a thing everywhere? That's such a good idea because there's never any place to put your purse. In the United States, you just find a place to hook it over or more likely put it on the seat next to you because you got to keep it close or it gets stolen. This was an odd one. It's like, at first I thought it was a flower shop, but he's in the jungle. It's jungly. Look at these birds. Boop, the one tilting to the side. And the one on the bear's head. I love it. So it's just sort of in the jungle. I'm looking forward to reading the caption for it. But it is a flower shop. But there's parrots and stuff. A toucan. Yeah, so it's in some kind of tropical. I just love it. The way Chip draws is so cute. Okay, there are some landscape ones. This one, oh my gosh, that's a lot of foods. But these are those great big yellow apples, and there's those Japanese potatoes, those purple potatoes, and those green squashes, bok choy. There's a lot of Japanese style foods here, but I think you can figure it out. Pears and probably kiwi, watermelon. Then over here, the donuts and stuff, the sweetbreads, things like that. And they're already eating, so they've been somewhere. Look at this baby. Can you see the baby in the backpack? That's awesome. And this one, he's painting himself. And look at how he sees himself. I mean, he's looking at himself right there, but he's painting himself differently. It's fun. And all sorts of painting supplies. Look at this painting of balloons he's made over here. There's a lot of stuff in this page. I doubt I'll ever color this page. But I love looking at it. It makes me smile. Makes me outright laugh. This one I love. And I had to look to see what these round things are in the colored version. They're bubbles. He's blowing bubbles. I was like, is it snowing only right here? I couldn't figure it out. Because they're not, there's a one there. And that's one over here. They're bubbles and they're drifting over. Look at the birds and all their hats. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's just such a really neat, this is a neat page. Just a city street, little alleyway. Got little mice in their houses. There's animals everywhere, all over the place. There's bears and birds and little, I don't know, rats, squirrels, chipmunk thingies. There's a chicken on his head. I know what that's like. And then all these little guys, and then these very, very serious, let me see if I can bring them up to you. Very, very serious wood ducks down here. They're so serious. They always got these hats on. They look like Hasidic Jews, and they are just going along their day. Don't bother them. Kuma Garden. I love this with the baby chicks. And see, this one's fairly easy. You could do this one pretty quickly. And I like the idea of watercolors on these. I would really like to use watercolors. I love this one. I love the colored version of it too. On their little island, and they have a little hut where they're hanging shells. They got 3 coffee cups, 2 bears, and a penguin. But it doesn't look like they're shipwrecked or because, you know, I guess there's a boat over here. Look at the flying fish. But they're getting mail. And he's about to get a fish. I don't know. This one is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But for some reason, I like this one. I guess because it's not all food. It's a store of just sort of odds and ends, you know. General household goods. Maybe a gift shop. I would like to go in there with fine liners and do these things. I mean, some of this stuff is really tiny that they're selling, but it's fun because it's a store. I like it. This would be one that you just do little bits at a time. It wouldn't be a page that you would sit down and do all at once. And then we go back to portrait side. This one is awesome. You could do so much with light play on this in the greenhouse studying, because there's a light from here, from this light, maybe, if it's a little bit dark. There's lights from the windows, maybe, if it's daylight. And then he's growing all these beautiful succulents. It's mostly succulents, it looks like. And some vegetables. This one's fun. The colored version does have a light source coming in from the window. Makes it look really cozy. I think he's in his own home. He just has a lot of books. He's been shopping, because that's his bed up there on top of this little loft thing. Isn't that cool? It's a cute little setup. Oh my gosh. And then he's got these little figurines, which are bears with books seated on the windowsill. Oh, this was one that I almost did. But then I realized it was more fall and I should probably do a winter page. But they're all sitting outside for a feast. I had a hard time. I was thinking about doing this one. But it's got fall leaves. There's a broom. It's kind of more fall. They do have their one. He's trying to feed the little birdie. This is the first Christmas one. It's crazy too. It's a Christmas store. And look at all those figurines. Holy cow. All of them would be shiny, so you'd have to play with shininess. Whew. That's a lot of stuff. And then this one, he's baking. No. I think he's making... yeah, it's eggs, the omelets, the round omelets. And he's got eggs on toast cooking in here, and he's got all kinds of meals he's making. Maybe this is a restaurant. This one is my other favorite one. Just him stretching, waking up, getting out of bed. Is that not adorable? Oh, I just love it. And she's got a bow for the hair and her glasses, and it's only 7 o'clock. So you can make like some little light coming in. I just think it's so cozy and cute looking. Aha! Now we're getting to some celebration stuff. This looks like a birthday party to me, right? Because their birthday hat and let loose some sort of cracker thing, and then they're already eating. And it's cupcakes and things. So I think that's a birthday party. Looks like fun though. The bears are just adorable. And here they are. Look at these ducks. They're so serious. There's the penguin. Look, he's got a bird on his head. Put a bird on it. Look at these ducks. They are just so funny. Oh my God, they're funny. I love all of this. There's like a like a red panda. I thought it was, yeah. It's got a long tail, big bushy tail. A puppy dog. Just really a neat page. You could do so much with this. And then comes a page I did. This Christmas page. Yay. I tried a lot of different things on here just to see what the paper would take, since this was my first page. There's glaze pens and acrylic pens. There's paint. There's gouache. There's sparkly stuff. There's some sort of oil pastel back here, or a gel crayon probably. Just lots of different things, and everything was great. Nothing bled through. It handled everything pretty well. I mean, it's a little crinkly, but it handled the water. And that's what I did. Do you like it? It took me a while because I was messing around with stuff, but and I didn't have a plan, so I just sort of had to make up things as I went along. But I like it. I think it's neat. It's not like what I usually do, very painterly. And then there's one or two more, just one more it looks like. And these guys are at the store picking out some seafood, it looks like. Or they're at a buffet of sorts, sushi buffet. Ooh, the best buffet possible. Yep, they're at like a sushi buffet and they're picking out sushi. Yum. And then that's it. Yay! So this is a different series. Is that not beautiful? Just the Chip, who I assume is the one who also colored this, because I think these are painted, did just an amazing job. Let me show you the colored version of the one. See, look at that one with the light coming in. Is that not beautiful? So beautiful. They're so good with light. That looks like a picture. This one, look at that. They made him reading at night. I love it, love it, love it. And there's the bright tropical one. Oh, it's just all so cool. That one of him waking up, look at all those greens and blues. Yeah, I definitely want to do that one. And here's the one I did. And I must have glanced at it because I did the wall yellow too. I didn't think, I looked at it, but mine is very much the same colors. Of course, it's Christmas. I remember looking at mine and thinking, what am I going to color the wall? It's got to be something different than green and red, and I chose yellow, but maybe I had already seen this and was influenced by the yellow. Don't know. So that's Kuma Country's Kuma Coloring Book by Chip. So these were the gifts I got myself for my birthday. What do you think? It was a splurge, but they're so beautiful, and I am enjoying them. All right, let me see what I have left for tonight. You know, I think the last thing I have for you is I recently put out a how to color spooky snow video out of this Mythagoria, Night Terror's Return by Shelley Carroll. And in the video, I say, I'm going to tell you how I taught you how to do the snow. And I said, and I'm also going to tell you how I did these black horns and tail. And I never did. And I've had several people say, so how did you do the black horns and tail? All right, so I thought I'd go over it here. This is what I did is I wanted them to be really deep black, but I also wanted to show a reflection, but I also wanted to make them shiny. So how do you make something shiny show reflection? So I tried something. It's very subtle. I think you can see it though. I did them all in black alcohol marker. And now black alcohol marker is not very black. It's kind of a dull black. You can find some really black acrylics, but alcohol marker on this paper too will just kind of be a dull black. It'll never be like a bright shiny marker. Alcohol doesn't do shiny. So I colored them all in the alcohol, the dull black. And then I took my black glaze pen, which is very low on ink. Sakura black glaze pen, which you can't buy anymore, but you could use any shiny black pen you have. Languo has a really shiny black, anything shiny, or you can even put glossy accents over it, but it would be harder because you need to leave something. Instead of, you're putting the highlights in first. So the dull black is that highlight that you can subtly see there. And the shiny black's around it. So I just basically left slivers of uncolored with that shiny black so that you could see the dull alcohol marker underneath. And really, in person, it basically just gives you the illusion of a roundness. It's kind of like the same as if you were going to use a white highlighter to make something look like it's reflecting light and it's got dimension. And so it's very subtle, but I like it better than if I would have just done shiny black. That would make it look very flat. And he is very three-dimensional. So, and I did it on the tail too. Can you see the, it's like little slivers of uncolored area, but it's based with black alcohol ink. So look at his tail. His tail's got those slivers on the sides. So that's what I did. Underpainted the highlights, if you would, because I wasn't sure how to put a highlight on top of black glossy and make it look, I mean, I could take a white gel pen, but that wouldn't, I think that would be too stark. I was looking for something a lot more subtler than that. You know, hindsight, I might even use like a gray or even a lighter toned alcohol marker rather than black, like a light gray, and paint it all, and then paint the top dark coat, but leaving slivers like that. Yeah, so kind of underpainting the highlights. It's pretty subtle. In person, you can see them very clear. They stand out very much. But yeah, and this is also the finished page. I finished those ornaments. And that's all I did that you didn't see, was just finish those ornaments on the side there. Everything else was done. I had saved this antler, this horn antler, to do it with you. In the video, I only have it colored with the black alcohol marker, but I forgot. I was going to show you how I was going to do that glaze pen, but I forgot. I think you can probably figure it out. You just leave some spots uncolored. That turned out really nice. I like it. I know it's spooky and scary. I find spooky and scary pages fun to color because they're just so different. And it's fun. I find it a challenge to make the creature look as real as possible with this minimum of mediums. He's all alcohol marker. He's not anything else. He's just alcohol marker except for these black things. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed that video. I hope you liked that video. So thank you for coming to my cabin these 2 evenings, this covered. And wait, yes, in the next one, I have Ghost Town 3, the 3rd page. I have it done. It's finished. And so I just need to do a voiceover on that. I was going to put it in this video, but this video has gotten pretty long. So I think I will maybe put it out as a completely separate video. And that way you can, those of you who color along, we can see what's up with Ghost Town. All right. I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Bye-bye.